Okay, so in terms of making footage slower, we know that the best thing to do is first to shoot it at a higher frame rate and then put it on a lower frame rate timeline. That being said, that there is a way in Premiere to properly modify the footage. So here, for instance, I have footage in my project that is, if I look at the info panel, it's shot at 59.94 frames per second on a 1280 by 720 timeline, right? Or it's not on a timeline yet, but that's the frame size, aspect ratio, etc. I'm going to duplicate this because if I change it right now, it will change the source in the project bin. So I'm going to right click on this and say duplicate. And now I'm going to double click that duplicate into the source monitor, go to clip, modify, interpret footage, and I'm going to change the frame rate here. This is the key. Instead of using the frame rate from the file, I'm going to assume a frame rate that is slower. And in this case, I'm going to make it 24.673, which is, I'm sorry, that's 23.673, which is the same as 24 in drop frame rate. So I'm going to say OK. Now, if I play it in the source monitor, it is slower. And if I were to do that yet again, if I take the original and I duplicate that, as long as I can keep them straight, I can look down at the info monitor and see that this is the one I've changed because it says 23.67. I'm going to take the last one I just made, double click that into the source monitor, and I will modify that to be interpret footage, and this time I will say 12.5. So I'm going even to a quarter speed. I'm going to say OK. So now if I click on it, it says 12.5. Let's look at my timeline that I already have made, or I could make a new timeline. I could go to File, New Sequence, and I could say 24 frames per second, which, as we see, the time base is 23.976. I think I was a little off there. And the problem is this is 1920 by 1080, so I have to go up into Settings, and I actually have to change the frame size to say 1280 by 720 if I want it to match, or else it will not fit the frame size correctly. So here I am, 1280 by 720, and I'm going to say OK. I think that's everything. Alright, so here's my new sequence, and I'm going to put first, I'll check it out, I'm going to put the first one on there, on the timeline, and it says, do you want to change the settings? Keep existing settings. Then I'm going to put the second one, which is half as fast. I'll put that one down there, and I'm going to, we can tell by sound as well. I'm going to put that one down, and then I'm going to go to the one that's 12 frames per second, and I'm going to put that one down on the timeline. Oh, that does not look slower, does it? Wonder if I didn't, I might not have conformed that one correctly. Although it does seem slower here. I'm going to highlight that and bring that one down again. There we go. I don't know what I did wrong there. So, here we go. The first one is regular speed, second one is half speed, third one is quarter speed. I'll just play a little bit of each part. So here's the, I'll enlarge this, perhaps even bigger. And now I will play this. Okay, that's full speed. This is half speed. And this is quarter speed. And it looks pretty good. So that's how I'd suggest you do this, and then of course you export it, and the basic point here is that you're conforming the clip first in the project window. So make a duplicate of it so that you have all the different sizes and speeds. Okay.